They gave me a book when I first said your name. A quiet, trembling manual titled Love, bound in soft promises and reckless hope. Ink still wet with the fingerprints of strangers who survived it. I read it like scripture, memorized the chapters on laughter, highlighted the paragraphs where your eyes would one day meet mine like sunrise, finding a reason to stay. But no one warned me about the missing page. You arrived like a language I was born already fluent in. Your voice, a cathedral of echoes. Your touch, a fragile constellation I mapped with shaking hands. I built a home in your silences, decorated your pauses with meaning. Believed every almost was just a delayed forever. And oh, how I studied you like a student desperate to pass a test that had no right answers. You said my name once like it mattered. I have been living off that echo ever since.
There are wounds that bleed quietly, that do not stain the skin but rot the marrow beneath it.
You were that kind of wound, a beautiful ruin, a storm that learned how to whisper,
a knife that apologized while it stayed inside me.
The day you left was not loud, no thunder, no breaking glass, just a subtle shift in gravity, as if the universe exhaled you out of my orbit.
I kept waiting for the moment the music would
Swell for tragedy to announce itself properly. But heartbreak, I've learned, is a quiet thief. It doesn't knock, it rearranges your insides while you sleep. I searched the manual again, pages trembling beneath my hands, eyes frantic for instructions. What do you do when the person you love was never really yours?
But page 47, the one that should have answered everything,
was gone,
torn clean as if someone before me
couldn't bear to let another soul know the truth. So I wrote my own chapter in the margins of what remained. I wrote about the way absence has weight, how it sits on your chest at night and teaches you the mathematics of grief. One memory multiplied by silence equals an eternity you cannot divide. I wrote about how love can be both a teacher and a crime scene, how it leaves fingerprints on every version of you that tries to move on. I wrote about you not as a villain, not even as a ghost, but as a lesson I was never ready to learn. There are days I still reach for you in the dark, my hands tracing the outline of a future that dissolved before it could become real. And when I find nothing, just cold in this air, I realize some loves are not meant to be lived, only survive. No one told me that healing does not mean forgetting. It means carrying the weight without collapsing beneath it. It means learning how to breathe in a room still filled with someone else's absence. If I could rewrite the book, if I could stitch that missing page back into existence, I would add just one sentence: love will not always choose you back. And beneath it in smaller ink, but you must still choose to live. So here I am, a survivor of something that never truly began, holding a broken manual and a heart that learned the hard way that sometimes the most devastating endings belong to stories that were never finished. No one warned me, but now I will be the warning.